Okay, I just started my recording.
Okay.
Okay, cool.
Wait, okay, is it started right now?
Yeah, mine started.
Okay, you could probably trim the video if you have to. I'll just read the title slide because then, because I can't mute my mic, so. All right, so it's recording, we can start.
Yep.
So we did Williams syndrome.
Okay, so the definitions, characteristics, and identification of Williams syndrome is it's a rare genetic disorder. Some distinctive features of Williams syndromes are broad forehead, distinctive facial appearance, puffiness around the eyes, missing teeth, and an over-friendly personality. Also found in Williams syndrome is high levels of anxiety and empathy, and difficulty with drawing or even putting a puzzle together. Another symptom of Williams syndrome is supravalvular aortic. Oh my God, I don't know how to pronounce that. Um, Supravalvular aortic stenosis occurs frequently with people who have WS. WS can be diagnosed as early as infancy and early childhood. A physical examination will also be done as well as a genetic test.
Families that have children with Williams syndrome are often impacted in many different ways, and these are three big impacts that I was able to find. So one is daily activities are more restricted just due to the increased need of supervision and support with daily activities for the child that does have Williams syndrome. Children with Williams syndrome are often really naive and have an over-friendly nature. So this can kind of make parents worry when it comes to safety issues and like stranger danger kind of thing. And parents often worry about who will look after their child once they're gone because they spend a lot of their time caring for their kid, which is like almost 24/7. And so they worry that once they're gone, their child won't have anybody to look after them. The level of support gained from family members, friends, and professionals and services make an impact on how well families can adapt. Programs such as the Williams Syndrome Association connects people to support of others that are walking the same journey. So it's kind of like a support group. They also provide financial support and resources to connect them to professionals that know more about Williams syndrome. And there are also a lot of support groups that you can find on the internet and social media. So I know Facebook is big with support groups and stuff like that.
So I did laws, and some things that I found out was the American with Disabilities Act is a law of civil rights law that bans discrimination against people with disabilities. The purpose of this law is to make sure that people with disabilities have the same rights as everyone else. The law has helped people with Williams syndrome gain access to places previously difficult to enter, and it has helped our children to be placed in the most appropriate education placements. The Williams Syndrome Association supports these following positions. First, everyone benefits when individuals with Williams syndrome are included in educational work and community settings. Second, individuals with Williams syndrome should receive support and services to engage in their family lives, community, and society. Third, high expectations should be the norm. Individuals with Williams syndrome and their families must decide how they best learn, work, and enjoy social interactions. And lastly, inclusion builds a sense of belonging in society, relationships, and opportunities to accomplish dreams. Implementing planning with students with Williams syndrome include to meet with the student and parents early in the school year to discuss how the school can help the students' needs related to Williams syndrome. And this will help find out the student's strengths and interests.
So for my part, I went over the curriculum research-based practice, which is basically just how we can help kids with Williams syndrome get through school and, grow up to be the best that they can be, regardless of their, disability. So first is curriculum modifications. These are ways that we can change the classroom to make it easier for someone with Williams syndrome to learn and to understand things better. And these are all, when you look at the lists, you see they're all very similar to curriculum modifications for students with autism. So this is trouble with verbalizing, trouble with reading. And in fact, on williamsyndrome.org, they talked about a study called the WISC3, which is a basically like a fluency uh, test that they can do on students. And they found that students with Williams syndrome had a lot more trouble um, visualizing what they're learning from verbalizations. So in order to teach these kids and help them learn better, you have to really make it visual for them, because if you're teaching them something, but you're turned away from them just talking, they're not going to take in that information. And it's also very important in the classroom to encourage real life skills, because as we talked about before, students with this disability can be very naive at times and have trouble with, acting in the real world. So that's a big thing to teach. Um, Educational interventions, again, very similar to autism. Uh, Things like noise canceling headphones during class. People with this disability sometimes have a very, in their head it's louder than how it is. So that can help. Preferential seating, scheduling that's earlier than other students, stuff like that. And again, visualizing everything, always having an aide, always having someone that's there, so that whenever they're sitting in there learning in the classroom, they can be explaining it back to them and translating it in a way that they understand better. And then finally, evidence-based strategies. This is stuff that's, evidence-based. It has shown, it's proven to help students with Williams syndrome. And some of these things are different kinds of therapy, such as speech therapy, physical therapy, occupational therapy, especially music therapy, sorry. There have been a lot of studies that show that kids with Williams syndrome have a very tuned ear for music, and that can be something that you can really use to benefit them, give them extra time, give them breaks to go do this, and that'll really help. It's been proven to really help them. And then lastly, the practice use of routines. So that kind of goes back to encouraging real life skills. Practicing routines can be very difficult with these students. So it's very important that you go over this over and over again and drill it into their head. 7 steps when you wake up in the morning, you have to brush your teeth, floss your teeth, make your bed, stuff like that. It comes a lot harder to them. So that's something that you need to watch out for and really drill in the classroom. So yeah, that was the curriculum research-based practice for students with Williams syndrome. Yeah. All right, I'm going to stop recording. And